Good morning. I have decided to read for you today the opening statement from my new book, Justice in the Round. Justice in the Round is available at my blog, harvey.com, and also at amazon.com. Opening statement. Before throwing down the race card, get through the essay where the prospective juror in one of my trials asked a courthouse deputy, "What do you think about that nigger lawyer from Atlanta?" Additionally, as you read these essays, if the proverbial racist shoes do not fit, then do not attempt to wear them. If they fit your neighbors, why not have a frank and honest discussion with them? After all, we are trying to get to a better place. Now that the issue of race is out front and center, we begin these essays on the American jury system with one entitled, "They Always Get Away." For the purposes of this essay, we are paraphrasing what George Zimmerman told the 911 dispatch operator when the dispatcher told him not to follow Trayvon Martin. Zimmerman actually said, "Those a-holes always get away." He was referring to the African-American men who lived in the ghetto outside the gates of his middle-class townhome community. Because these situations, that is the wholesale murder of black teenagers, do not happen in a vacuum, "They Always Get Away" is a rambling history from the Reconstruction era of American history through today's headlines. This history lesson is told through the eyes of the writer and those of a college classmate, Cheryl Lattimore. It is a personal journey through the events that shaped the last half of the 20th century. Cheryl, in a Facebook communique, challenged me to look beyond the Zimmerman verdict for possible systemic relief. She pushed and prodded me as only an old friend can do, expecting that if anyone could pin down the problems confronting justice in America, her old political science classmate could do it. Her challenge reminded me of a knock on my front door early one morning in the late winter of 2010. My neighbor, Reverend Dr. C.T. Vivian, who was destined to become a 2013 recipient of the Presidential Medal of Freedom, had a dream as he slept during the night and had walked down to my house to share it with me. He was concerned with the incarceration rate of African American young men. He recalled my interest in the 1990s in encouraging African American athletes to pursue a career in baseball. Vivian, a rangy first baseman in his youth, wanted me to help establish a baseball academy that would teach baseball skills to young black youngsters to prepare them for a career in Major League Baseball. This would provide these youngsters who felt trapped in poverty with a skill set that could engage their talents at a hefty annual salary for 20 years or more. This would, he thought, decrease the number of black teenage men from committing criminal acts, some of which were violent acts, to sustain themselves and their families. For several hours, we talked about how to incorporate a baseball academy into the C.T. Vivian Institute, which he was planning to create. Then I walked him back up the hill to his house. He confided in me that the real problem facing the African American community is the fact that coming out of the period of enslavement, Africans were not compensated for their forced labor. Thank you so much.